Alright bruh, what's cooking? I'm back for another Dragon Ball Legends video, and it's been 2 weeks since the part 1 of the anniversary started. I think it's a good time to talk about it because, no troll, after the live stream bro, the community, looking at Twitter and even the live stream comments, it was cinema bro. Everybody had a generational crash out. It was something special. Even your unk, me, I crashed out as well, but I'll get to it. I think part 1 is pretty set in stone. Next week we're going review I, and then part 2 would start after that, and it's pretty set in stone, right? I don't think they're gonna do anything surprising other than what they already showed, right? So let's talk about it. So again, I had a crash out during the live stream. Rightfully so. The live stream was straight dookie, waste of time, garbage. I will never not say that. No matter what you guys think for part 1 of the anniversary, yo, the live stream was the biggest waste of time garbage ever. Because first of all, it was 50 minutes long. 30 minutes was already things we knew. 10 minutes was goddamn fluff and just talking about collabs. And then 10 minutes was actual new stuff. You gotta be trolling me, bro. Like, with that in mind, what was the point of the live stream? God, I couldn't even tell you, man. And then, yes, everybody did have high hopes for the live stream because they've been gassing it up since goddamn last year. They've been talking about this anniversary during the 6th anniversary. So you can't call me crazy. You can't call nobody crazy. They've been hyping this thing up for a goddamn year. And whatever, right? Who knows? Part 2 can be generational, part 3 can be generational. Who goddamn knows? But the truth is, the truth of DT is, part 1 is definitely the most important part because that's the part where most people will spend money. I mean, in Dragon Ball Legends it can be different. I think most people will actually spend money even in part 1 compared to part 3, but part 3 is also important because that's the Ultra, and Ultra characters are 90% number 1 in the game, right? But even still, most people will spend money in part 1, and that's just because that's the start of the celebration, the big poster boy celebration. And the fact that they didn't deliver is kind of crazy. And then don't even get me started about the leak, bro. The leak? Shit, I just leaked my pants, man. What was the point of the leak? Because I don't care, bro. The leak was not an accident. That was definitely intentional. You're telling me every goddamn MUI got leaked and no other character in the game ever got leaked but MUI? Oh hell no, they definitely did it on purpose. You cannot convince me otherwise. You can't tell me only MUIs got leaked when this is a 100+ character game and nothing else ever got leaked. Like, no way. No way. That was definitely intentional, and I don't know why the hell they did it, because at least if they didn't leak that, we had more reason to watch the live stream and we actually would have seen something new. But because they leaked it, we already knew that the 2 headlining characters were MUI and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and even I was coping, thinking that maybe they were a tag unit. Shit bro, I was in bare copio mode, but yeah, they weren't, and both of the headliners got leaked, and God knows why that happened, bro. And then another issue I have, okay, let's just talk about the characters real quick. Jiren, he's free to play, he's good. These guys, Kill and Caulifla, are really good. Kaba is decent. Super Saiyan Vegeta is Vegeta. You know what that means if you play Dragon Ball Legends, bro. He got the Vegeta treatment, and then MUI is of course the GOAT. So let me just talk about Vegeta real quick. Vegeta is definitely good, but goddamn, he's super weak compared to MUI. And then yes, Vegeta did get the Vegeta treatment because, okay, my main problem with Vegeta is how slow his gauge is. The whole schmick of Vegeta is to long combos, charge up his gauge, and then do long combos, and then blah blah blah. But his gauge is so slow, and his gauge doesn't do anything mind-blowing. I would say he's kinda boring. His animations are good, don't get me wrong, but his kit is pretty basic, and it's anniversary. You're supposed to go above and beyond. Vegeta did not go beyond evolution. He's straight blue, bruh. I tried to cook, but I didn't. I don't know what the hell I just said. But let's look at my boy ZVG. He said same buffs at level 1, level 2, same buffs, and then at level 3, he gets the same buffs, but he just nullifies endurance. So what does his gauge do? What does he do? He just has good animations, he does long combos, he's pretty basic, but how too basic? Okay, bro, I don't know. But what were they cooking? I don't know, bruh. I don't know, man. I don't even know what they're thinking. His base compared to his evolved form, what's the difference? They're doing the exact same thing. The only quote-unquote cool thing about him is he can transform pretty quick. But, like, what's the goddamn difference, bro? They're like, same thing. And then MUI, I don't need to talk about him. He's number 1. He's really good. His animations are good. I don't know why he has a green card, but he does. But I'll say characters they're good. Like, all I care about is if the characters are good, and they're good. But then, sadly enough, I don't know why Toshi, Tani, my boys do not like using their own mechanics. Cause when was the last time we got a character with preparation mode? What happened to Synchro Gauge? What happened to Legends Originals, right? We getting the same boring ass transformation characters in part 1 every single time. Look at Legends Festival, we got boring ass transformation. Bro, you can literally do transformations like in a different way to make it at least a little bit more fun, entertaining. Like, put a transformation in a Synchro Gauge. Who fudging cares, bro? Call it something else. Call it transformation gauge. Like, y'all have so much room to cook with and you play it so safe. That's what I don't like, man. And you need to think about it like this. This is a Dragon Ball IP. I know Dragon Ball Legends revenue has been sinking, but it's not like they're making $2 per year. They're still making billions of dollars. This is a company making a lot of money. And what are they doing with the money, bruh? Is Toshi pocketing it? I guess so, because they're not funneling it back into the game, and that's the problem. It is unacceptable that part 1, I'm not even talking about this anniversary, I'm talking about every single celebration, is generally a glorified monthly celebration. It just follows the same goddamn algorithm and it's so infuriating, bro. I'm talking about character releases, Dry Week, Zenkai. Like, you know what it should be? Character releases, a Zenkai, then second week, a free character, new events, part 3, LF Zenkai, a unique equipment. Like, what are they doing, bro? Everything is so streamlined and that's not what it should be. Okay, let me talk about Dokkan. Say what you want about Dokkan. Dokkan got the algorithm down because they know how to make a good ass celebration. That's why Dokkan makes a lot of money. It's because they go above and beyond for celebrations. If you look at monthly celebrations, everybody's always crying, wah wah wah, Dokkan's so dry. But goddamn, they know how to make a goddamn big celebration beautiful. Worldwide, anniversary, they always go above and beyond. It makes people want to spend money. That's why they make a lot of money. But throughout other than like the bigger celebrations, most likely it's gonna be dry. But they know how to maximize profits like that, right? Dragon Ball Legends, monthly celebrations are dry. They don't know how to do a good anniversary celebration. They don't know how to do a good Legends Festival anniversary. Like, come on, bro. You're supposed to go above and beyond. Stop following the goddamn same time frame that you always do. It's so AIDS, bro. Stop it, Toshi. That's why, bro. That's why we were let down. Cause, not gonna lie, bro, I had hopes for Tani, cause Tani my boy was kind of cooking and stuff, but they're all the same in the end. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're following like goddamn guidelines from Bandai or whatever, but I don't goddamn know, man. And it's just sad because, let's look at this after. Let's look at here. So my boy, he said Legends Anniversary Part 1 last year in Japan, like 500 million yen, which is around 3 mil US, and Part 1 this year we got 1.6 mil, so that's almost a half decline. But okay, this doesn't count the web store. Even with the web store, 3.6 is around 4 mil. Let's just say 4 mil, right? I don't think the web store earned 3 mil. I think maybe another mil. I think this part 1 of the celebration earned at least 2 mil, 3 if I'm being generous, but that's still a really big drop off. And I know like that's still a shit ton of money, but a drop off is a drop off, especially with the IP like Dragon Ball Z. And it's pretty sad to see. There's no defending it, right? And every time I always regurgitate, the reason why this game is declining is just because a lot of people don't like PvP. they need to focus on PvE. Once they focus on goddamn PvE, more people will play PvP, right? But they don't focus on PvE. All the PvE content we have is boring as hell. And everybody has a stigmatism that PvP is a toxic wasteland. And I'll always say it is only if you're grinding to top 100, bro. I promise you. Like, if you're trying to play in top 10k, it's not bad, bro. I swear, all I play is I try to get into top 10k every PvP season, and I don't have a really bad time like people that are getting top 100, because top 100 is when you find the whales who are spending 1 billion bucks a day, right? But because of the stigmatism that everybody has, it's generally hurting newcomers playing PvP, and it is what it is, right? Because, okay, I lied, PvP is still kind of toxic because of Daima and MUI, but it's not as bad because when you're playing into top 10k, you're not fighting people who are spending $1 million. You're fighting like mostly free to play players, and they don't have every character 14 stars, right? It's not bad. I'm telling you, it's not bad. But that's just my opinion, right? I don't speak for everybody. But again, the losing revenue is because they can't pull in more players, and they can't pull in more players because God knows what the hell they're doing, right? At the end of the day, it's their fault that the game's declining. That's why, because of the update, because they were hyping the anniversary since last year, we thought that it would have just bloomed upwards, you know, upwards trend. But now they decided to make it, I won't say it's a Legend Festival repeat, because over here I did say that times 3 Z power is good but not celebration saving good. I still believe that's true, but times 3 Z power is actually a big deal. You can just pull a character twice and get them 7-star, and 7-star is actually enough for a unit, and that's really good. So times 3 Z power is really good, especially if you're a newer player, because you can earn so much CC and just get so many stars on characters. It's really worth, right? But why am I making this video? Just to hate? Yes, I'm making this video just to hate because I'm a hater and I'm fueled by hatred. But for real though, it's the second week, it's a dead week. You gotta be shitting me, bro. I love this game. That's why I played it for goddamn 7 years. But it's kind of sad to see that they just don't put in the work, and they have every material to do so. It's not like this game doesn't generate money. It's not generating Dokkan money, but it's still generating a shit ton of amount, right? It's really feeding a lot of people and whatever, right? Now let's look at this post from the dummy. He said the force state is actually wild. The only thing missing is a new mechanic, which we might get for part 2 and 3. Okay, I agree. We could get a new mechanic part 2 or 3, but part 1 is the main goddamn part, bro. That thing dictates the pace of the celebration. If part 1 is mid, I don't care how good part 2 and 3 is. At least a lot of people are not playing from part 2 to 3. It leaves a bad taste in their mouth, right? Whatever though. Everything else is basically perfect. All new characters are good. They're good. I'll give him that. But Vegeta could have been better. A new unique plat equip. Go Frieza. Again, they're not good, but they're not amazing. New LF Senkai. We don't know. He's probably gonna be good. Who knows? He's not out yet, surprisingly. Free character. Okay, more CC than last year is actually a really good thing. I'll give them their flowers. That shit was really good. Way more events. I don't know, bro. They're literally the same regurgitated events. Ultra Bonanza from the start is amazing. Raids, that's the same from last year. Banners are obviously way better. I just talked about it. 3 times Z power is elite. More free and better ticket summons, good for newer players. Multiple collabs. Collabs are literally worthless to me. They're not benefiting me. Legends 2.0 part 2 is coming this month. I don't know about that. I didn't hear about that, but it's probably true. And this is just part 1. So true, but guess what? 90% of things you listed are part 1s of every other celebration. It's the same. It's always the same. Problem with Dragon Ball Legends, they follow the goddamn same glorified celebration algorithm. It's so annoying. Just do new things. New Zenkai this week, new Zenkai next week. That's what it should be. It's a celebration, bro. Oh my god. Whatever, bruh. At the end of the day, revenue's dropping. There's a reason, right? Dragon Ball Legends has so much potential. It's just sad to see that they don't choose to do anything with it, but I'm gonna still play it because I'm a drone. If you made this far in the video, let's know in peace and let me know how you feel down below, bro.